Hey everyone, it's Shetty and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now I know so many of you are always asking me, Jay, how do I find my passion? How do I know what my purpose is? How do I know what I'm meant to do? Now if you have that question, then stay tuned because I'm going to be sharing a simplified concept from my book, Think Like a Monk. Now I get it, finding your passion and purpose can not only be difficult, it can be overwhelming. What is a passion? What is a purpose? How do I know when I found it? Am I allowed to have more than one? Should I have found it by 21, right? These are all good questions, or actually they're all questions that sometimes we feel the pressure of. And today I want to help simplify it for you so that you know what you're working on and how to get there. Now there are a few ideas of how to find your purpose and your passion, but there are two models that I think are brilliant. One of them is Ikigai, which is the Japanese for the reason for being. And the other is dharma, which I'm going to be introducing you today, which is a concept from the Bhagavad Gita that speaks to what I learned as a monk. So just as Ikigai means reason for being, dharma has many meanings, but one of them can mean our eternal purpose. Why is it that we talk so much about passion and purpose? It's because they have such incredible benefits in our life. Everything from health and well-being benefits to making us better partners and communicators to helping us be more successful in the workplace. Passion and purpose are interlinked with how we perform, how we behave, how we talk, communicate, and most importantly, how we feel about ourselves, how we feel at the end of the day, and how we feel about what we achieve and create in our lives. So dharma or purpose, which is right here, right in the middle, is made up of three key things that I'll be speaking about today. The first is passion, which we'll break down in just a moment. The second is compassion. And the third is expertise or skill. Now this is simplified from the version that I have in my book, Think Like a Monk, but I want to help you understand the concept, and the book really dives deep into each and every segment of it. So let's start with passion. Now, passion can often be a scary word, right? You're either thinking to yourself, Jay, I'm passionate about nothing, or you're thinking, Jay, I'm passionate about so many things, I don't even know where to start. Now, whichever end of the spectrum you're on, it's really important to think about passion in this way. The first thing is that purpose is like an adult, right? Finding your purpose is like an adult in terms of growth. Passion is like a teenager, but before you become a teenager, what are you? You're a child. Child is like the interest, and before you're a child, you're a baby. That's curiosity. So at the baby stage of passion, what you first need is curiosity. That curiosity turns into an interest, that interest turns into a passion, that passion turns into a purpose. For so many of us, we get stuck trying to be like, well, what's my passion? It's like saying, well, I should be a teenager before I'm even a baby. Let's first learn to crawl before we learn to walk or run or fly. So when we start that, we ask ourselves, what am I curious about? What could I watch documentaries about forever? What could I get excited about learning forever? What is it that I keep getting up to do even if I fail? What is it that I get motivated to learn about or hear about or read about or watch about even when I don't know so much about it? What are you naturally curious about and drawn towards in your life? That is the birthplace of your passion. It doesn't have to be a passion just yet. It just needs to be a curiosity or an interest. The second area that I want to dive into is called compassion. Now, people don't often think of compassion when they're talking about passion or purpose, but the reason why it's important is that your passion has to serve a purpose in the world to become a purpose. Right? When you use your passion in the service of others, it becomes a purpose. When you add passion to compassion, it becomes a purpose. A passion is something you like, something you're curious about, something you enjoy doing. But when you use that in the service of others, it evolves. When you use it with compassion. And often it's our pain or our compassion in the world that even helps us find our passion. So you may say to me, Jay, I'm actually not sure what my passion is, but you may say, Jay, I know what my compassion is. I know what my pain is. I know what I'm worried about in the world. I know the problem I want to solve in the world. And actually, most of the greatest inventions in the world haven't necessarily come from passions, but they've come from compassion. They've come from wanting to make a change in the world. They've come from wanting to ease people's pain, heal people's problems. And so you may say that's actually where you want to start. And there's a beautiful statement by Peter Diamandis where he said that we should redefine the word billionaire to be someone who helps the lives of 1 billion people. When you naturally make a difference in the life of 1 billion people, that is real wealth, that is real power and real influence and a real commitment. So think about what area in your life do you want to solve? Maybe you're really upset when you drive by people who are homeless or starving. Maybe what really affects you is when you see in the news that there are people in other countries with so many different challenges. Or maybe in your own backyard. Sometimes problems are close, sometimes they're far, but either way, our compassion is a really important part of finding our purpose and our dharma. It's really interlinked with where we want to serve society and where we want to help other people. And the third and final area that I want to talk to you about today is expertise. Now, this is something that's totally missed. If you have a passion, it's not good enough to just be passionate about it. You have to invest in becoming skilled at it. Now, this is something that each and every one of us do. By the way, before I ever started using social media, I was just passionate about learning about it. I knew nothing about it, and I had to focus on growing, getting coached, consistency and community to become better at it. That was the same when I became a monk. I was not born a monk, right? I didn't come out born a monk. I had to build up an expertise of the monk habits and the practices that we did, including meditation. So don't underestimate how much needs to be invested in building an expertise. If you've found your passion and you know how it serves the world, but you're not seeing it take off, you're not seeing people take notice, you're not seeing people being attracted or impacted by it, then it's a sign that you need to work on your skills and your expertise. Now, this comes in the form of coaching, it comes in the form of programs, it comes in the form of investing in your growth, online or offline. So know that. And you may be anywhere in this puzzle. Let's look at a few of the pieces. You may say, Jay, I know none of them right now. So where do I start? And I would say you can start at your passion and figuring that out, or you can start at your compassion. Where are you trying to solve a problem? And that can often be the great start. Or you may say to me, Jay, I know my expertise, but I don't know my passion or compassion. So think about how your expertise can help people, and think about how you can fall more in love with your expertise to actually turn it into a passion. One of my favorite quotes about this theme comes from Albert Einstein, where he said that everyone's a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will spend its whole life believing that it's stupid. And that's why so many of us feel disconnected, because we don't know our own passion, we don't know our own expertise, we don't know our own compassion, and therefore we compare ourselves to everyone around us. We're envious or jealous of other people's journeys. But when we find our own, when we connect with our own, we can value everyone else for theirs. We can learn to appreciate people for the skills they have and the ones that complement what we have. And you start to see it as an interconnected effort to help the world, to heal the world, to make a difference in the world. So think about it for yourself. Don't judge yourself because you're a fish trying to climb a tree. Ask yourself, how can I find this space where I can make an impact, where I can make a difference? One of my other favorite conversations in this regard is a conversation between Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. Now, everyone knows who Steve Jobs is, and Steve Wozniak is the tech brains behind Apple. And supposedly there's a conversation that they once had where Steve Wozniak looked at Steve Jobs and he said, what do you even do? You're not an artist, you're not a marketer, you're not a salesperson, what do you even do? And Steve Jobs said, musicians play their instruments, I play the orchestra. He realized that his role was to bring everything together. Knowing our role, knowing our impact is such an important part. And inside Think Like a Monk, I give you a 30+ questionnaire, which actually helps you understand more about your dharma and your profile. I really hope that you'll check it out. Thank you so much for watching today. Share this video if it helped you, and leave some thoughts in the comments so that I can respond and interact with you and help you get closer to your passion and your purpose, because I know it will make you a better partner, a better parent, and a better person who loves themselves. All the best. If you want even more videos like this one, click on the boxes over here. And oh, by the way, my book is out and I'm so excited. It's called Think Like a Monk, and I can't wait for you to get it. Order it now by clicking here, and I can't wait to keep making wisdom go viral together.